welcome back to my channel. If you're new, babe, hit the subscribe button because you're gonna want to stay. It's been a long time since I've said that. I like totally forgot that that was my intro. Oh my gosh. Wow. Anyway, welcome back to another video. As you can tell by today's title, we are getting into another Trader Joe's meal prep. You guys loved the last one, and so of course I had to run it back. But this meal prep looks a little bit different because I did meal prep them, but you won't see me put them in meal prep containers. When I filmed them, I was eating right after, so I didn't put it in meal prep containers, but know that it was eaten throughout the week. Today, I have 3 quick, easy, and delicious recipes for you. Honestly, we're not even reinventing the wheel. Trader Joe's has all the shortcuts. I'm just showing you how to take a few of their shortcuts, put it together, and boom, make a bomb meal. So that's what we're doing today. You know I love a shortcut, and I'm gonna take it every time. I honestly feel like I could make this a series, just going through. It just gives me reason to go shop through their frozen section even more. Yeah, so that's really it. We'll keep the intro brief. Let's go ahead and jump into this video. So up first, we are making an oldie but goodie, probably one of my favorite breakfast recipes. This is a hash brown avocado toast with chili oil. Literally so good. You're gonna take 2 of the frozen patties and you're gonna season them however you want to, okay? I'll include my seasonings, but you can season them however you like. I like to keep it simple, not overly salty, but more so my aromatic and colorful seasonings. You're gonna air fry them at 400 degrees for about 6 minutes on the first side, and then when the 6 minutes is up, you're gonna turn them over and air fry them for another 7 to 8 minutes, depending on your air fryer. While those are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and make my avocado mash. I'm using half of an avocado, sprinkling in a little bit of the Trader Joe's chili lime seasoning, some garlic powder and red pepper. And of course, you can't forget the lemon to brighten everything up. Go ahead and give it a good mix and mash. I don't like mine super pureed. I don't want it to be baby food. I like a little bit of chunkiness to my avocado mash, but again, use your own discretion. Once that's mashed, set it aside and let's go cook our eggs. In a nonstick skillet over medium heat, I'm taking a little bit of that chili oil. Well, it's actually a lot here because I was supposed to put both eggs in the pan at this time, but I don't know what I was thinking. So maybe use a half a teaspoon for each egg, but I'm gonna go ahead and fry up the bottom of the egg, place the lid on top so that it kind of steams a little bit, which will give me the perfect jammy egg on the inside. Once your eggs are cooked, we're moving on to our assembly, which is my favorite part of any meal prep. You're gonna take both of your hash browns, evenly divide up the avocado mash, spread it on there nice and thin, and then I'm gonna top off with my fried egg, finish it off with a little bit of salt and pepper, and y'all, your new favorite breakfast. This next recipe requires literally barely 5 minutes of cooking, for real. I'm making a chopped southwestern salad with some shrimp and fire roasted corn. All of the ingredients you need are on the screen. Go ahead and heat up your pan over medium-high heat. I'm adding a little bit, well, that's just my definition of a little bit of spray and then a little drizzle of olive oil. I'm gonna put in about a cup of the fire roasted corn, and I'm just going to cook this so that it's warmed all the way through. I'm not adding any seasonings to it just yet because the shrimp is going to have seasoning on it. Then I'm gonna add some of the shrimp. I ran out of the red Argentinian shrimp, so I'm using just the regular gray ones. I don't know. They're both raw, so just don't think just because this one is red that it's cooked, it's not raw. I'm gonna season that with a little bit of the chili lime seasoning on top, and then go ahead and cook the shrimp. This took maximum 6 minutes, for real. Also, I feel like the shrimp are really small, so they don't require a lot of time, and you also don't want to overcook your shrimp too. You can add whatever else you want to into this salad. I'm keeping it simple with an avocado. That's all I had on hand, but some red onion would be really great. Maybe some cucumbers, peppers, but I didn't have all that. So I'm actually going to stay really true to the salad kit itself. I'm using a portion of the salad greens, topping it off with a little bit of the cheese, the tortillas, and some of the dressing. I'm going to give it a good mix so that everything is well combined before I add the shrimp and the corn on top. As you can see, I'm literally not even cooking. I'm just showing you how I like to spice up the Trader Joe's hacks. So I don't even know if this counts as cooking for real, but this was a 10-minute dinner. Now that the salad is plated, I'm going to go ahead and top it off with a good, generous portion of the shrimp and corn. Top it off with a little bit of avocado. And then I feel like you need to season avocado. I'm just not one that can eat it on its own. So I'm putting a little bit more of that chili lime seasoning on top, sprinkling a little bit more of that tortilla pumpkin seed mix that they give you in the kit. And there you have it. Okay, for this last recipe, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I might have did a little something with this recipe, okay? I am making a seafood pasta, but instead of using a tomato sauce, I am using the Trader Joe's lobster bisque, which I've never had on its own, but I think as a sauce, it was... well, actually, I know now. It was delicious. I'm using basically everything from Trader Joe's. The only two things that are not from Trader Joe's are the pasta and the langostinos. Is that how you say that? Langostinos? You don't have to add those. I just thought that that would be cool to add, and I had them in the freezer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to chop up finely some onions. I'm using an entire yellow onion. Just want to make sure that you're chopping it up pretty small so it cooks evenly and fast and is easy to eat. Now I'm going to take some basil and I'm going to roll it up into like a little cigar and then go ahead and give that a nice chop, finely chop it. I'm not a huge fan of basil. I feel like it can be very overpowering, but slicing it in the small shreds really made it less overwhelming, I guess. Now in a bowl, I have the red Argentinian shrimp and I'm going to put a couple handfuls of the little lobster tails, which I feel like this is so bougie, but I promise it's not. And I'm going to season it with the seasonings on the screen. Again, you can doctor this up however you like it, but definitely add the chili onion crunch because honestly, I think this is Trader Joe's best condiment. If you ask me, just literally so good. Season generously, especially because they don't have salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my clean hands, okay? Clean. And then I'm going to wash my hands afterwards too, okay? And I know my nails are long, but I promise I'm going to clean under them too. I'm going to use my hands to go ahead and give this a good mix and then set it aside until I'm ready to cook. Now I'm just preparing to boil my pasta. I thought this pasta looked so cool in the store. I could not pass it up, but you can use a Trader Joe's pasta. I like to salt my water really, really well just to make sure because I'm not going to add salt, I don't think, anywhere else in the sauce for real, maybe just a tiny bit, but I really do believe that pasta does need salt. So as I'm waiting for that water to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and in another skillet add some olive oil and the yellow onions. You're gonna see here my pot is a little bit too small. That's okay. I just wasn't home at the time when I cooked this, so I didn't have all of my stuff, but we're gonna use what we got here, okay? Use what you got. I'm gonna go ahead and sweat down my onions for about 3 to 4 minutes until they start to get nice, soft, and translucent. And then I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of garlic. I'm using garlic, but you can go ahead and chop up your own. I'm just not doing that. I don't like the smell of garlic on my hands, so we're going to use what's in the jar. It works perfectly. As those are cooking down, I'm going to go ahead and add my pasta to the water, and I'm going to cook it al dente. Well, technically you should cook it al dente because you should later on cook it in the sauce, but my pan is too small, so I'm probably going to cook it all the way through if I remember correctly. While that's boiling down, I'm gonna go ahead and add some tomatoes into my onions. These tomatoes were so beautiful to this medley, just gorgeous colors. I'm adding a little bit of salt here to help my onions release a little bit more of that liquid and to give an extra layer of seasoning. You're gonna let this cook until the tomatoes start to burst, and you're gonna help them out by smashing them just a little bit. once your veggies are cooked down, go ahead and add your shrimp and langostinos. I'm gonna have to switch pans because this one is just a little bit too small, but I wanted to make sure that the shrimp and everything was cooked all the way through. And then I'm gonna transfer it back into that pot, add the entire container of the lobster bisque, and I'm gonna go ahead and cook this down. We're gonna simmer this for about 12 to 15 minutes or until it's nice and thick and everything is just coming together. Now, obviously I should have used tongs to transfer this pasta into the pot, but I didn't have those. So we're using my clean hands and I'm adding some of that pasta into the sauce, and I'm gonna go ahead and let that cook for just about 3 to 4 minutes. Then it's time to plate my favorite, okay? I was making this for me and my boyfriend and he loved it. This was definitely a win. I'm gonna plate it up, add a little bit of lemon juice for some brightness, the chopped basil, a little bit of some Parmesan cheese, and you guys, this pasta, 20 out of 10. You guys, so that is going to conclude this week's video. If you guys made it this far, drop an avocado emoji down below and let me know what your favorite recipe was. I think mine had to be the lobster pasta, the lobster and shrimp pasta. Just so good. Just so good. That was definitely a favorite in my house. So I think you should go ahead and try that one so it could be a favorite in your house. Anyway, that's going to be it for this meal prep. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also be sure to turn on your post notifications. That way you can be notified every time your girl drops a new video. And until next time, babes, I'll see you in my next. Has it been a long time since I said that too? Okay, bye.